In this video, I'm going to go over how to use the warp tool, and the warp tool here is really helpful for creating organic shapes or just subtly changing the elements of smaller smaller forms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the warp tool, which is located underneath the width tool. So if you're looking at this, you click and hold and go to the warp tool. And when you click on this, normally by default it'll kind of look like a circle. And when you click and drag on a shape, you'll see you can sort of adjust. So I'm clicking and dragging. You can adjust the overall form, and it's going to add anchor points as it does this. To create a greater space, what I'm doing with your brush, to create a larger brush, hold down Alt or Option and click and drag to the left or the right, depending on which size you want to go. So I'm dragging to the right. I'm going to increase the size of my brush. And if I drag up, it's going to increase it in greater diameter as well. So now you can see I'm dragging this and I'm getting a much larger sphere of influence. So what I can do is, for those smaller moments, notice that if I bring it back, it's going to stay the same. If I bring it out, it's going to stay the same pretty much. So I need to go back and forth with changing my brush size. I'm going to come in here and add just really subtle sort of movements. So I'm clicking and dragging, and you'll see that it'll stop at a certain point. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, drag these back in, back in, back in. You just get really nice sort of organic forms as you're going. So you can drag it in once, and then drag again, then drag again, then drag again. So you kind of have to play with it as you're going, but this is a really helpful tool for just getting more unique shapes that you might not have gotten originally just using the pen tool or the curvature tool.